I will never go to a doctor ever again about my general health. All they want to do is put you on pills.
But that's just ridiculous. To say, don't go to your doctor. This guy will take care of all your health issues that you could ever have. It's just fucking ridiculous.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome to the show. My name is Cameron Harn. We got here.
My name is Daniel Lu.
Got my boy, Daniel Lu. In this show, we talk about all things related to the fitness industry. And man, today, kids, we have the best one. We have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Gary Breka. And we're going to go through it. We got a couple clips here that we're going to take a look at, and we're going to have a discussion about this. Should be quite interesting.
I'm very excited to talk about Gary today.
All right, let's go ahead and hit this one.
The most important thing with the gut is not the contents of the gut. It is the speed of the gut. This is the most overlooked thing in all of bariatric medicine. This is only going to take me about 1 minute. The human intestinal tract is 30 feet long. At one end, you got the stomach, right? At the other end, you have the rectum, right? This is just like a conveyor belt. You remember Henry Ford? He wasn't actually made famous for the automobile. What was Henry Ford made famous for? The assembly line. The assembly line was a conveyor belt, and you put parts on it at one end, and the conveyor belt would move the parts along, and about every 6 feet, someone would stand there and tinker with the part. It would move. They would tinker with the part. It would move. They would tinker with the part. And by the time it reached the end of that conveyor belt, that part was completely assembled. The human intestinal tract is the same way. It's a conveyor belt. It's 30 feet long, only instead of having people standing there performing a job, it's graded by pH. So as you get towards the stomach, it is more acidic. As you get towards the rectum, it is more basic. What would happen in Henry Ford's factory if he walked in one day and doubled the speed of the conveyor belt? The whole line would break down. Why? Because you're taking a guy's job here and handing it to this person, and you're taking this person's job and you're handing it to this person. This guy is not trained to do his job. He is not trained to do my job. This is exactly how the human intestinal tract works. Acidic bacteria handle things that leave the stomach. Basic bacteria handle things about to leave the rectum. If I increase the speed of the gut, I am pushing acidic contents into a basic media, and function perverts. Gas, bloating, diarrhea, constipation, irritability, and cramping.
Oh my God. I don't even know where we begin. It is not the contents of the gut, but the speed of the contents that goes through it. Like, what in the actual world is he talking about? Is he even an expert on the gut?
I don't think so. I don't think he's an expert at all. I mean,
I'm not even going to pretend to be an expert on the gut. I'm not even going to say, like, I didn't go to school to learn about the gut microbiome or anything like that. It is not within my wheelhouse. It is certainly not within his wheelhouse to be talking about this. And the contents does matter. If your body cannot digest something, if it has a problem with it, it rushes water down to that area, and you have diarrhea, and you will shit it out. That's what happens.
well, and then here's the issue with this specific video too as well, Cam, is one is contradiction. Because if you go watch any of his other videos, he talks a lot about what to eat and what not to eat and why, and how it messes with your gut bacteria and all this, that, and the other. So he's arguing here that what you eat doesn't matter. It's how fast it goes, right? That's what he's arguing. And then in other videos, he talks about how you can't eat sugars. You can't eat anything like sweets, like all this different stuff, because it'll mess with your gut and microbiome. So he's contradicting himself in that sense. And then the other thing that annoys me about it as well is it's totally just clickbait, and he's just view farming, because you watch this entire video, he doesn't even talk about how to adjust the speed of how you digest. He doesn't talk about it.
Not at all.
He just talks about, like, oh, you can't do it. Let me tell my gut, slow the fuck down, because you're going too fast. You're messing up the other pH balances, the stuff going through it. So he's not only contradicting himself, but then he doesn't even provide the solution to the problem that he proposed.
Yeah.
So it's so ridiculous. I don't understand where he gets the shit from.
But the fact that he can reduce something as complicated as the body's gut down to an assembly line is so disingenuous and ridiculous. It's so complicated. We know an insanely little about the gut microbiome. It's like, what are you actually talking about?
Like example, up until recently, we thought probiotics was like the best thing you could take for your gut microbiome, right? Because you get the good bacteria in there.
Yeah.
And I think how many years ago was it that came out that prebiotics actually are more oftentimes than not better than the probiotics?
Dude, I just learned that there is pre, pro, and postbiotics.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
News to me.
Yeah. I know nothing about postbiotics.
We don't even know what bacteria are essential and healthy and all this stuff. It's like we're just scratching the surface of the gut microbiome. There's so much more to learn, but this guy's got the fucking answer.
He's got all the answers.
This guy's got the answer, bro. I mean, I think we've learned more about the Henry Ford assembly line than we did the gut microbiome or the gut there. But goodness gracious! All right, what was the other one? Was
well, and then here's the other half of the issue with him is not only does he propose these ridiculous videos and these ridiculous ideas, but then we'll watch this video and you'll see what else it promotes within his scope.
Yeah,
let's see.
I will never go to a doctor ever again about my general health. All they want to do is put you on pills. Listen, I was at a place where I'd rather die. I had the best doctors that you could get from the best hospitals. None of them could stop snoring. None of them could get my blood pressure under control. None of them could get my cholesterol, good and bad, leveled out. It's all good now. This guy will change your life. Some of your favorite actors, some of the most powerful, richest people in the world are all now doing this with Gary for one reason and one reason only, because it works.
Folks, please go to your doctors. Please, for your general health and well-being, go to your doctors. It's not a good idea to never go to your physician ever again.
And this is coming from someone like myself. I don't know about you. I don't want to speak on your behalf, but I am often very skeptic of what my doctors say when it comes to my general health and well-being. But I still go to my doctor. I trust what they say, and I 9 times out of 10 do what they recommend. But that's just ridiculous to say, don't go to your doctor. This guy will take care of all your health issues that you could ever have. It's just fucking ridiculous. I don't understand. I don't get it. And I think for me, where it gets lost for me is that oftentimes fitness and that type of general health sphere is not necessarily the same as practicing medicine. But it's difficult because they have impact on each other.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to go to my doctor to write me a strength program or a weight loss program, am I?
No.
Like they don't know how to do that. They can tell you, oh, you need to lose some weight. They might be able to prescribe you Ozempic or whatever to help you lose the weight, but they're not necessarily trained to know how to make that happen necessarily. So it's ridiculous. It's so dumb.
It is ridiculous. And I think we've watched a video too where he was talking about how, doctors like, oh, it was his mom, right? He's like, oh, my mom was on this medication, that medication, blah, 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 blah. The doctors are trying to treat symptoms. You are coming to them, you're going, I have these symptoms, and they have prescription medications to help treat the symptoms. Could your symptoms improve with an improvement in your overall health and well-being? Certainly. And would that lead to you getting off of certain medications? Definitely.
Exactly.
Definitely. It's possible, right? I don't want to say definitely. It is entirely possible, though. But to demonize what they're doing is absolutely ridiculous. It's practicing medicine. It's not perfect. Mm-hmm. There are definitely flaws. They're trying to help improve people's lives. But to just do away with it completely is ridiculous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think you put it perfectly as well when you said that they're addressing symptoms, which 9 times out of 10, they also are looking for the root cause as well. Of course, they're looking for it. But when you're in a state where your physical health affects your body, there's not much they can do at that point. Like, you are the way you are, and all they can really do is address the symptom. They're not in the place, like I said, to be able to write you a program and change your body and how your body functions. Like that's not their place.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to go under the assumption that you want to live as you live, and all you can really do at that point is address the symptoms.
Yeah.
Would your blood sugar be better if you ate better? Absolutely. But they're not going to write you a nutrition plan. They could refer you to a nutritionist potentially.
Yeah. And one of the things that just frustrates the hell out of me is that people will take something like keto or carnivore or fasting or ice baths or whatever it is, and maybe they saw some benefit from it, maybe they lost weight, they did whatever, but that is the thing, and that is the thing that everybody needs to do. Most of the time when we see improvements in these health markers or whatever, if they've lost weight, their health markers improve significantly. Being overweight is harmful to the body. It is very taxing on the body. There are so many different things that come from it. You talk about inflammation. An excessive amount of body fat releases adipokines, which cause more inflammation in the body. They cause more harm. If you lose weight, you have less body fat, you're releasing less of those compounds in your body, you're going to improve your health markers. You're cutting your calories down. You're not eating as much fatty foods. They demonize sugar all the time. Sugar is just a means of adding more calories to your diet very, very quickly. It is not that sugar is this demon that causes all sorts of inflammation and blah, 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 blah. It simply just adds more calories to your intake easily. You take that down, you lose weight, you're in a calorie deficit, you improve your health markers. Mm-hmm. Like, oh my God, dude, it's just so fucking crazy.
See, and it's also annoying because it so easily, sugar specifically, so easily can be used to make these bold, drastic claims. Because of course, if you convince someone to go keto or carnivore, cut out all this sugar, of course they're going to lose weight, like a shit ton of weight and a lot of water and stuff like that. And it makes you look good because, oh, I got this guy to lose 10, 15 pounds in 2 weeks because he stopped eating sugar. Like, no shit.
I know.
Or the same with I think Dana White did the 72-hour fast, and he did a before and after photo of him before the fast and then after the fast. And Gary Breka is like, see, I told you if you just do these long 3-day fasts, you could be ripped like Dana White. And it's Dana White. He exercises every day, most likely, if not at the very least several times a week. He has a resistance training program, probably has a trainer. He has a lot of muscle underneath the fat that's there. And as soon as you do a fast, you lose a little bit of fat and use a lot of water weight, of course the muscle is going to show through. It's already there.
Yeah. And do you think that maybe, just maybe, Dana White liked to indulge in the finer things in life? Maybe he liked to go out and eat often. Maybe he liked to have a drink or two. I don't know his lifestyle, but I'm just wondering. I'm just proposing the question. Maybe he did those things. Maybe he smoked some cigars. And then when he meets Gary, and Gary's like, you got to cut all this stuff out. Just maybe he cuts those things out and things improve.
It's very likely, if not 100% correct.
Weird.
Yeah, it's just very dangerous for people to take what he says, and it's just annoying as well because they get so many views, dude. So many views, and and there's several different pages that promote what he's talking about. And my mom oftentimes, because he says big words and goes, "Oh, this sounds interesting. This sounds like it'll help me. This will get me off these meds." And they just send me all the bullshit, and I'm like, that's not how that works. Go talk to your doctor, please.
Yeah, honestly. And for some people, they just have a genetic propensity to have higher blood pressure or higher cholesterol or whatever. I knew somebody who went on maybe it was like a week-long fast or a 2-week fast. It was a long time because she wanted to lower her blood pressure or her cholesterol. She had genetically high cholesterol, I believe. And she thought this fast was going to do it. And it didn't do it.
Of course not.
Yeah.
You're going to fix blood pressure issues in a week?
It was blood pressure. It might have been cholesterol. I can't remember which one it was.
Either way, a week is not sufficient enough time to notice that change.
But she did this fast, and it was like, oh, everybody's promising that these things are going to improve because you're doing this fast and stuff. And it didn't happen. And for some people, you cannot beat genetics, but a doctor can help you manage your symptoms better. Mm-hmm. Don't do away with it.
And so here's the thing, too, is I don't want to discourage people from trying to fix these issues because it's a genetic predisposition. It is, but it's not to say that you can't help make it better or ease the symptoms or just feel better overall. Like, and I don't want to say either like these things like carnivore or keto or paleo or whatever diets like don't work. They all work under the right circumstances and context. If you're in a calorie deficit, you're going to lose weight.
Yeah.
You're going to feel better. That's just how it is. And I mean, I've had several anecdotal experiences where people have switched to keto or carnivore or these low carb, low sugar diets, and their cholesterol gets better, their blood pressure gets better. I've seen it. It's not uncommon. It doesn't not happen, but it's not the end all be all. They most definitely could have done a normal diet where you just lost the weight. Your blood pressure will get better. Your cholesterol will get better.
Yeah. I don't know. And the fact that this has so many views and comments and whatever, I think it just goes to show that everybody's hungry for the thing that is going to improve their health the most. But when you're looking for the silver bullet, you lose sight of all the little things that make up habit change, lifestyle change. And those things, you got to find enjoyment in them. You got to find enjoyment in them because, and you got to change who you identify as. If you identify as somebody who is healthy, like James Clear says, you're going to do the things that a healthy person would do. And if you can do that, and if you can figure out a way to make those adjustments that fit your lifestyle the best, it is going to be more likely that you sustain that lifestyle for a longer period of time. That's why it's called a lifestyle.
Yeah. And we've talked about this ad nauseum too, and I hope we keep talking about it because I think it's so important for people to hear on a regular basis that change requires change. Like you're saying, you have to be the person that's going to do those things, and people don't want to accept that. And I hope we mention it at least once a week, to be honest with you. I hope people remember this.
It's a point that is worth reiterating because it is incredibly important, and you're not going to find the silver bullet.
It's not out there.
It's not out there. I'm sorry to say this, but the silver bullet does not exist. The only thing that works is being consistent, finding something that fits your lifestyle, and just training. Just make the small improvements in the things that are going to have the most impact on your life.
A bunch of small improvements leads to one big change.
That's it. So, yeah, I mean,
all right, I'm done with Gary. I'm done.
Yeah, I'm done with him. We're good to go there. Anyway, everybody, if you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section below. Also, we'd like to know what you guys think as well. Do you support what Gary says? Have you tried these things? Or no, do you think he's full of crap? I have no idea. We'd like to hear your thoughts. And then stay tuned. We've got plenty more of these videos coming to you soon. Bye.